So I figure we will do a long, complete walk of 16th Avenue on a Friday afternoon. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing well. We're going to do pretty much this entire length of 16th Avenue. We're going all the way down into Borough Park. That's where we'll be ending it. We're in Bensonhurst. Well, technically we're in Bath Beach. So we are not in Bensonhurst. But we will go through Bath Beach for the next 4 blocks, and then we will be in Bensonhurst for a while, and then once we get down into the 60s, we will cross into Borough Park. And I think this goes all the way down to, just like all the other avenues, I think they all go down to Dahill, but I always forget. I've done it a few times. Everything's a blur when you've walked all over Brooklyn, so. We will be walking past New Utrecht High School. We haven't crossed Cropsey yet, but up here we have all the nice little attached homes with all the nice little lawns that line the street here from Cropsey up to Shore Parkway. Got a lot of student drivers that hang around this route. There's always a lot of these driver's ed cars that are not officially driver's ed cars. They put those bumper magnets on and they say, hey, student driver, so. Cropsey Avenue. So this whole route, this whole entire length of this avenue we're going to be walking is mostly residential. When we get down to Borough Park, it kind of gets a little commercial residential mixed, and it'll get very busy. Borough Park, you know Borough Park, man. You know when I take you guys down to Borough Park, what happens, right? Traffic, car horns, impatient driving. So enjoy the nice, quiet, well, mostly quiet without that ambulance. But enjoy the mostly quiet walk for a while, because when we get down to like Borough Park, it's gonna, I would imagine it gets a little noisy. Weather today is nice. It is 80 degrees. It is overcast at the moment. It was sunny all morning. Now these clouds came in. It's supposed to get sunny again later. So yeah, I did strategically choose to walk while the sun went in. Should be overcast for the next hour. I don't want to wait for lights, so let's cross over. And yes, we did pass Steve's Pork Store on the corner of 16th. Passed the store a few times on my walks and talked about it, so this time I kind of just like breezed right by it without a mention. Time of day, I didn't tell you the time of day, so it was afternoon. It's around 12:30. This walk will probably be about an hour. Little over 3 miles. There's going to be times we're going to have to stop for some lights. We got 86th Street coming up. We got Bay Ridge Parkway, 65th Street. So there's going to be some of those high traffic avenues we gotta cross. Now what I want to do is get back across the street because I wanted to be on that side. We will try to keep moving. I will try to keep moving when I can. The last time I did 16th Avenue, so last time I did a full 16th Avenue was over a year ago, and we did it in the rain, and I was mostly on the other side. So now I'm on this side. And then recently I was, maybe a couple months ago, we were on 16th Avenue, but just for like, a short distance. So I don't think anybody would have remembered. Now this block right here, I actually lived on this block when I came out of the military. I was living on this block for like 10 years. This block right here between Benson and 86th Street. was living right over there, right next to the schoolyard. St. Francis Cabrini, which is not St. Francis Cabrini schoolyard anymore. It's not the school anymore. It's like a charter school or something. I don't know. We used to have some good block parties on this block back in the day. Looks like I got the light. '86th Street. Just gonna make it across. Got 10 seconds. Gas station is still here after all these years. Vegas Diner used to be over there. All right, now we are officially in Bensonhurst. If you're keeping track of district borderlines, neighborhood borderlines, we are in Bensonhurst. Once we get over 86th Street. This is the old New Utrecht Cemetery. You got a lot of these tombstones. A lot of these burials date all the way back. It's the 1600s. This is a historic cemetery. Many of the original settlers of Bensonhurst are buried in here. The cemetery over the years has lost a lot of trees, though. Numerous trees. I'd say about 10 trees are gone. I mean, you could see the church. I mean, I remember back in the day walking this, you couldn't see the church from here. We'll wait here for a second. 84th Street. That guy wanted to fly by that guy because he was going too slow and he didn't make it. It is a Friday afternoon. Here in Brooklyn. In case you're wondering what date it is, I believe, July 18th. Coming up on New Utrecht High School. I have been taking a little bit of a break after we had that stormy day a few days ago. That was another storm that came in like it was going to level the area. There was going to be nothing left. And we got a good amount of rain, and we did have thunder. We had some winds in the beginning, but it didn't live up to its full potential based on what we saw as it was coming over the water. It was a pretty good looking storm though. Generally what I do in the summer is I take a little bit of a break in August, but this year I'm gonna take I'll still take some type of a break, but we'll probably see more stuff than we normally do in August. I'm just going to keep going through the year. We'll see. I'll just play it by ear. How long I want to go before I take a break. The last break I had, I want to say, was February, which is one of my normal months to take a break. But here is New Utrecht. Utrecht High School, that is. I was saying that when I take my breaks, it's not like there's nothing for like a whole month on YouTube on my channel. It's just I may space out the amount of time between walks on the channel and stuff. The other thing is also I don't take a break from walking. I just take a break from YouTube, from doing filmmaking and stuff like that. But I don't think I ever take a break. Like I hike, walk, jog all year. I would say if I were to say when I actually take a break from that stuff, it's probably in the winter time. Especially when it snows and it's hard to navigate. So I don't like going out walking in ice when everything's all iced up and stuff. Otherwise, if it's a warm winter, which we just had, I'll walk all year. We just made it to 78th Street. The other thing is, like, whenever I get a checkup, like when I go see a doc for a normal checkup every year or two, I'm always told the same thing. You gotta take a couple of weeks off, to refresh my legs, but I just don't know how to do that. And I've never felt like I've ever had to refresh my legs. I feel like they're fine every day. There was one time way back, 2016, I remember it was 2016? Yeah, it was 2016. I had a foot injury. And even though I was able to walk through the foot injury, I was pretty much off my feet for 2 months. I was only walking if I needed to, and which was work. So I had more injuries when I was younger than I'm at my age now, because I was a was more of a risk taker when you're younger, but as you get older, you kind of get a little bit more safe. And some of the big homes that are still on 16th Avenue, like this one. And back in the day, right on the corner over there, where that newer, you see that kind of like I don't know what kind of color you would call that brick, but it's like a purplish, I don't know, whatever color. There used to be a really nice corner house here, really beautiful corner house with like a lot of lands and stuff. Well, it's been a long time since they built that thing. I want to say that thing's been there for like 20 years now. All right, we're gonna get the light. I've been walking in a way that I've been trying to time all the traffic lights so I could keep walking. "22 minutes. This is the old beverage system place, syrup place over here. Still around. Roma. It's called Roma Syrups and Beverage. In case there's somebody watching that does not know, I always mention it. This is New Utrecht Avenue right here. This is the elevated rails for the D train, West End line, from the Bronx to Coney Island. There's always a tricky cross here because it's like 4 different directions cars can come out of over here. Barbershop doesn't look too busy. There goes Mr. Phil's Pizza. I've been going to that pizza place. That pizza place right there is the second longest pizza place I've been going to since I was a teenager. That and Crispy Pizza. Although I should just back up a bit and talk about Mr. Phil's. I don't regularly go to Mr. Phil's anymore that much. I go every once in a while. Same thing with Crispy. I don't eat a lot of, it's sad. I don't eat a lot of outside food anymore. We got some dogs. Two little pups coming over here. I could smell the cannoli place, which is about 2 blocks away, and I can still smell it. It's over on the Utrecht Avenue to my left here, and then another block down. You got these, the next 2 blocks, you got these brick walk-ups, the nice little rounded fronts, similar to what you'll see in like Sunset Park and Park Slope. Got some more here on this block. It's just these 2 blocks. '68th Street. I got an itch on my leg. I gotta stop. Hey. I don't know if you can all hear that wind, but it is breezy today. It's dry too. There's very low humidity. It's the first day in like weeks we haven't had any humidity. It's actually nice out. I actually cut my windows open for the first time in it feels like forever. I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I opened a window in my place. Give the AC a break and give my electric bill a discount, right? Alright, so we have 65th Street on the next block, so let's see if I can time it so that I get the light. We have not stopped really. We've been cutting through all these intersections. Is Shallow Junior High School right there. There you go, guys. Got the light. Keep timing it. Alright, so the next big street we have to cross, has a lot of traffic, is 60th Street. No doorway here. Looks like there would be a doorway over here. Hey, we got some of the native pigeons in the neighborhood. Alright, so the neighborhood is going to start to change in the next few blocks as we get into Borough Park. And I think the 66th precinct is on 16th Avenue. I could be wrong. I know it's around here. Alright, so we've managed to stay on one side mostly for this walk. Alright, so it's going to start, noise and traffic are going to start picking up now. Borough Park, home of the school bus. That's the official mascot for Borough Park, is a yellow school bus. We are now in Borough Park. So we went through Bay Ridge. Wow. let's reset that. Bath Beach, Bensonhurst, and now Borough Park. We're nowhere near Bay Ridge. And it looks like I'm finally going to have to stop at a light. 60th Street. Actually, no. You're right, I'm going to go right through it. I'm gonna go right through it. I don't have to stop. I was right. 66 Precinct is over here. I used to come here when I was a kid. I was on the baseball teams, the police athletic league. First I was on the 66 Precinct, and then eventually I moved over to the 68 Precinct baseball league. But we used to do a lot of trips too, and I remember one time they took us on a trip to Liberty Island back in the 80s, which was pretty cool. And that is the station house right there. I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to cross over. Oh, got the light. Another school coming up, not the one that you see right now on my right, but it's a junior high school. I believe Montauk is on 16th Avenue, Montauk Junior High School. I don't know if it's still called that, but I was there for 1 year. That is when I moved into, where I live now. Back in the 80s, I had moved, but I was still in school there. So I had to finish that 1 year in Montauk. That's the story I always tell you guys, where when I was a kid, I had to ride the F train. I used to take, and this was when the B was running on the West End line, I'd have to take the B to Coney Island and then get the F all the way down here to Ditmas Avenue. Ditmas or 18th Avenue, and I just walk up the block. Now, the school on my right is PS 180. We're almost done with this walk. We're at 55th Street. This ends somewhere in the 30s. I want to say like around 37, 36th Street. She basically walked right into me. After I was still trying to move out of her way because she wasn't looking. We almost had a live on camera accident there. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop at a side street, no less. Look at that. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I tell you what, it's pretty quiet down here for a weekday. Haven't heard any horns going off yet. Now, there you go. Look at that. Oh my God. That's it, man. That's this type of stuff that happens on my channel, man. I say something and it happens. Like, if you remember, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I said my ear was ringing, and I said my left ear is ringing. There might be a lightning strike, and literally like 20 seconds after, it was lightning strike and thunder. So I'll say something and it'll happen. That's funny, like how on cue that was. Like, that's some good stuff right there. There goes another car horn. But seriously, it is much more quiet than it normally is down here. Now, if we hang a left and we go up just one block, as a matter of fact, one block or even a couple blocks up to 14th and then 13th Avenue, it will get noisy. Because that's where all the traffic is right now. All right, you know what we're gonna do? Are we gonna stay on this side? Yeah, this side looks more busy, so I'm gonna stay on this side. There's more to see on this side. Now there are businesses across the street, but this side seems to be more busy. That's why I'm choosing to stay on this side right now. 49th Street. This is another busy, really busy street. I think there's a bus route on this street. Could be wrong. I know there's one street that has like, yeah, this is it. But that guy almost got hit. This street right here. As a matter of fact, that's a bus stop right here. Bus stop for the B11 and the B110, and also looks like that cruise bus. Need a tie? They got ties. I've always avoided wearing ties. I don't know, I just don't want something tied around my throat. Like I'm about to be dragged somewhere. I worked in technology, and we had business casual dress code, so you didn't have to wear a tie. You had to wear, nice clothes and stuff, but never a tie person. There's a lot of good smelling food along this route. Right here, man, it smells really good, the stuff coming out of here. It's like a bakery. It is. It's called, I don't know if I can pronounce that. Schloimy's Bakery? Where are we, by the way? We're on 46th Street. We're almost done. Got about 10 more blocks. And then I gotta hike back. This was my normal walk for the day. That's why I'm doing it. Hey, look, guys, it's me. Look at that. Hello. There's probably people in there like wondering why I'm waving at them. I could see the ends of the road in front of us. We'll just stay on this side for the rest of the way. We're almost done. Now remember I said Montauk Junior High School, so we'll see if I have to be right about Montauk Junior High School. It has to be on 16th Avenue. It's coming up in 2 blocks. That building used a facelift. A nice fresh paint or something. We have been walking for 50 something minutes. I can't see the screen, it's so bright. Here it is. And the schoolyard, I believe, is still the same configuration, too. You know what? Let's take a little detour and check it out. Let me just give you guys a look. Does it still say Montauk up there? It does. It says Montauk Junior High School. Look at that. Look at that. Let's take a little detour. Let's I'm actually very curious to see what it looks like. See if it still looks the same. I don't know if we can walk through it. We'll see. Now I can show you guys where I used to exit. Actually, I used to come into school and exit through the same doorways in the back. See if it's still there. It looks like the schoolyard is open, but it looks like there's cars parked in there. I don't know if I'm seeing things or what. So I don't know if it's a schoolyard or a parking lot now. Yeah, it's closed. It's all closed up. Yeah, look at this. It's like a parking lot or something now. Oh yeah, oh, it's way different now. They have a fence up over here. They got a little track. It looks way different than it did when I was a kid. And then the school. But we got to turn around and go back onto 16th Avenue, but what I'll do is I'll come in here. Yeah, I can see the doors where I used to come in. We're out over there. Those red doors, if you can see them all the way out there. And then you'd come in through over there. You see where the basketball hoop is over there? There used to be an entrance over there at the end, but it's gone. Looks like they got rid of it. So, Montauk Junior High School. All right, let's finish this walk up on 16th Avenue. There's still some original housing. You guys see how they changed some of them, how they do these ugly reconfigurations and what is going on over here? Oh, he's trying to wet him. There's some really strange stuff going on 16th Avenue today, guys. I don't know. Montauk IS 223. Now, there was something really cool. I wonder if they still have it. This school was, at the time, it was the only junior high school in all the 5 boroughs that had a TV studio in it. And I had TV class. It was literally called TV class. And we learned everything about, like, cameras and lights, and it was like a full studio. It was crazy. And then we had to use the cameras. We had to like do like mock news stuff. Like they had like their own little the school had their own little news channel. It was pretty cool. All right, we're about to hit an hour. We're about to hit 1 hour, and that's how we're going to end it. 1 hour in. This coming up is 40th Street. So what did I say? I said 36th. But you know, I always forget that Dahill kind of cuts through diagonal and shaves off a lot of the higher street numbers as it comes down towards 18th Avenue. So down here, I don't think this goes to 36th. I think it ends at Dahill right after 39th Street. So I want to thank everybody for coming along on this interesting walk. I'm really thinking about if that's going to be my thumbnail. Those two guys with the same outfit on. Oh my God, that was great. That was great, man. There goes some car horns. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to end it right over here. Right on Dahill. So hope everyone has a great day. Hope everybody enjoyed this little walk on 16th Avenue. We did the whole distance here. This is where it ends. Right up to this King's Building Material building, and I'm not sure if that's like a synagogue or something, but whatever, this is where it ends. So thanks for tagging along, everyone, and I will see you all on the next one. So take care and bye bye.